Well, the New York Knicks just landed another piece to this roster in Mikal Bridges. I know they gave up a ton of draft picks for him, but let's just look at this from the Knicks' perspective. This season, you've already added OG Anunoby. You turned around and traded Bogdanovich and those draft picks to get Mikal Bridges, and all you got to do now is re-sign Hartenstein and OG. You do that, this is your roster. Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Julius Randle, Hartenstein, Mitchell Robinson, Dante DiVincenzo, McBride. Now this team has more depth. And now you bring Dante off the bench with McBride. If Mitchell Robinson is obviously the health is going to be a big factor in the Knicks ceiling. But if there is a healthy Knicks team, they can definitely challenge Boston. Now, it's going to come down to this, really, how Mikal Bridges will fit on this team. Obviously, you had Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson, and Bridges. They played together, and Dante DiVincenzo. They all played together at Villanova. So you got the Villanova boys back. That's exciting to watch. But I think if you have a healthy Knicks team, you can re-sign OG Anunoby. You can get Hartenstein back. This is at least the second best team in the East to me, because you got wing defenders in Mikal and OG. You got two big guys, and we'll see if they're going to keep Mitchell Robinson. So I think the Knicks aren't done making moves, which is scary to even think about. I think there's going to be another trade that they're going to make, and you're going to go, wow, this team's ready to contend. And I just love this move because New York isn't going for the big home run of like, oh, we got to get the superstar here. Like, they're not focused on Donovan Mitchell. They are just trying to get this roster better so they can compete with Boston, because they're thinking about Boston going, okay, they got 6 or 7 guys that are really talented. So now they've got a guy in OG. They've got a guy in Mikal Bridges. Now, they're not their best offensive options. It's going to be Brunson and Randle. And after that, it's either OG or Bridges. And that's fine. That's a perfect solution for them. And then you have Dante coming off the bench with McBride. If you can upgrade Mitchell Robinson to maybe a stretch big or stretch center who can space the floor even more, Knicks team is going to be scary. The only thing that is going to matter next season is their health. For Julius Randle, can he be healthy this playoff run coming up? Can obviously OG Anunoby stay healthy? These are some question marks, but you got to take a risk. And I love this for the Knicks because they're just trying to build a winning culture. And they've done that up to this point. Now they're trying to get a championship. So we'll see if it works out or not. I just love the fact that they're just getting better around the edges. And now you have 2 guys in OG and Mikal who can defend Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. See, that's why matchups matter. Now, what the Knicks need to do next is probably get some more shooters out there so they can keep the floor spread out for Jalen Brunson. Hartenstein is a keeper because I think he does the most important things, which is hustle, get the key offensive rebounds. He's a big part of their identity, and I don't think you should let him walk. So yeah, the Knicks, man, wow, this is a fantastic move. I know you give up a lot of draft picks, but you know what? In today's league, when you're trying to win and you're trying to compete, you want to get better. I think Mikal Bridges is 27 years old, so he's going to be good for a while. So he's in his prime years. He comes to a team where he's always wanted to be with. And now you have Jalen Brunson, this superstar player, and Julius Randle, who was phenomenal this season before he got hurt. If he can stay healthy, this is a dangerous team and someone you don't want to just sleep on. I think, you bring those guys back, and of course, Tibbs can't run this team to the ground. He has no excuses now because you have depth. I forgot about Precious. I still have Precious Achiuwa on this team. So there's no excuse to play these guys 45 minutes a night. Like, make sure you space the minutes out so, Brunson isn't worn down. Randle isn't worn down by the end of the season. I love this move for the Knicks. I think you upgrade your wing position, you keep your core players, and you add a guy who used to play with Brunson and Josh Hart and Dante DiVincenzo. So now you have 4 guys who are friends. Now they get to potentially build something special here. The Knicks, if they keep Mitchell Robinson, you got size, so that's a positive. It's just going to be interesting to see how they match up against Boston because they can space the floor. So it will be a dogfight, I think. I like this team a lot. I really do. I think right now, if they're fully healthy, they are the second best team in the Eastern Conference with the potential to be the best team in the East. That's what I think this move is for the Knicks. And man, I just love the fact that they're not targeting the main guys out there. Oh, you got to go get, like I said, Donovan Mitchell. You got to go get Joel Embiid. You got to go get Jimmy Butler. No, they're focused on just getting glue guys around Brunson and Randle. I love that. So we'll see how it works out. I want to see Julius Randle in the playoffs. I know he's had his struggles in the past. So if he can show up and be a reliable second option, you don't have to consider moving him. I wouldn't move him yet. I would give him another season. If he stumbles in the playoffs, then you trade him. Or let's say he does well in the playoffs. They don't get to the finals. Do you trade Julius Randle next season? No, we don't have to worry about that right now. But I think as long as the Knicks can keep building the right formula here, winning culture, players are going to want to join the Knicks. And yeah, this is just exciting. It's an exciting time to be a Knicks fan. Like I've loved this team all year long. I've been a big believer in them. When they got OG, I was like, this is a great move because, yeah, obviously you got to re-sign him. But if you end up re-signing him, it's going to look like a genius move. That's the key, though. They have to re-sign Hartenstein and OG Anunoby. Like, you can't lose both of them. You just can't afford to do it. Otherwise, this trade is just basically a replacement for OG. And losing Hartenstein would be a huge loss. So the Knicks, I still think they got some moves here. I think they will make another trade. And yeah, man, this is a great start. I love the depth of this team. You have the wings to bother Tatum and Brown. I don't know how much you can bother them, but it's going to be a dogfight. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. And I want to see Boston, New York this year. I really want to see them in the Eastern Conference Finals. It'll be a great matchup, and I think New York matches up really well. I'm not going to sit here and lie. This is going to be a tough team if they can just stay healthy and continue to put the right pieces around Brunson and Randle. What they're doing is it's a great example of how to get better. You want to build around your star players, and those are your guys. You got to invest in them and put the right players around them. And I think, having guys who you used to play with, that's an automatic sell for Brunson. So I'm sure he's excited to have his old teammates back from college. They won a championship at Villanova, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. We're just at probably the first night before the draft, and we've already had a big trade, so we'll see how the rest of this week goes. But this is why I love the NBA, because it doesn't really stop. The offseason, there's always moves going on. There's always things on the horizon. I think I heard a rumor about Kevin Durant possibly getting moved, which I think isn't going to happen. The Suns have already said they want to keep him. But yeah, what do you think about the Knicks here? Do you think they're a contender now? I think they are. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.